Just like, I wish I could just like reach through the screen and just say, shut the fuck up. You're not cool. You're not an ambassador of the black community.
Bro, why he talking crazy though, y'all?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why is he talking crazy?
I don't know.
I'm gonna keep it respectful though. I'm gonna keep it respectful.
Nobody cares.
I don't know.
Shut your bitch ass up. Anyway.
Woo! Yes, sir. Okay. I got called out for being a black supremacist. Video by Antonio Talks, man. They say coming for that boy Antonio, man. I don't know what it is, but they say coming for him. All right, let's see. Who's calling you a black supremacist? Let's see.
So, yo, I had two goals in mind when I created these YouTube channels. My first one was to obviously call out all of the racism and bigotry against black people. And for two, I wanted to create a safe space, you know, for my black people. We are living in a time age that is very racist. From gaming, from being on social media. If you're black, you're going to get hit with some type of racism. So we on TikTok, and take a look at this video's caption. When the beer starts tasting like everyone around me should know my opinion on black people. Guess how many likes this little video has? 1.7 million.
God damn. 1.7 million likes, not views, likes. You got to remember, likes are usually a fraction of the amount of views, man. This video got so much engagement. So many people feel like this. What did black people ever do to them? Nothing. Just exist. Just be here. That's the crime.
2 million people
Didn't even ask to be here. Only group of people on this continent that didn't come here of their own free will. Right. Crazy.
openly don't like black people. Now on my phone, I can see the shares. It has over 800,000 shares, bro. As black people, I try to tell y'all to stay on code, because even your white friend, who's to say they didn't like this video and share it? They may think.
But then if you say Togi a racist, you're tripping. That's the crazy part. Y'all have been so raccoonified, man. Y'all have been beaten into submission thinking that everything is cool. It's jokes, bro. What's the big deal? Right, for sure.
One of the good ones. So my thing is, man, I do videos calling out racism, talking about racism. And when I speak on these things, I'm very passionate about it. So at times when I'm calling out racism, people tend to think that I'm racist. Or better yet, a new term, y'all. They have been calling me a black supremacist.
Nice.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I low-key take being called a black supremacist as a compliment. In this time period, man, we have so many kiss-ups, so many raccoons, so many black sellouts that yearn for white approval, and I will just never be that. So I would rather you think that I'm a black supremacist instead of one of the good ones, okay? Now we're gonna be reacting to a video today.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
The video title is Black Supremacy is Worse Than Ever. Divine Monkey Podcast number 5. That is a very weird name. I don't know if he's trying to be racist, but 17 views, not many people watched it. Let's watch.
Wait. Nigga, what? You reacted to a video with 17 views? Tonio. I mean, how many views? Nigga. Oh God. Bro, imagine making a video talking shit about somebody and you get 17 views and then that dude reacts to you and he got 100,000 views off of that shit, bro. Goddamn. Shit.
Title is Black Supremacy is Worse Than Ever. Divine Monkey Podcast number 5. That is a very weird name. I don't know if he's trying to be racist, but 17 views, not many people watched it. Let's watch the video.
What is up, YouTube? So today I really wanted to have some fun. Merry Christmas, by the way. I had a great Christmas.
How old is this person? He looks like 15 years old, really, but he could probably be like 18, 19.
I'm not gonna lie, is it me or do he kind of look mixed? Maybe it's just a light.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, this is not a white man. We know that for a fact. This is not a white man. Because
what is the greatest type of celebrations to be talking about on Boxing Day? Racism. We're gonna be looking at a racist today. His name is Antonio Speaks or Talks. I don't remember, whatever the fuck it is. I'm giving him a free endorsement right now. So you're welcome, Antonio.
Thanks, by the way, bro. I really appreciate the shout out. Okay.
He's been called out before.
Antonio, he putting you on, gang. Yeah. Showing
a
love.
racist grifter, and he made a debunk video and called the dude who called him racist because he was calling a black person racist.
No, in the video, what he's talking about is, I'll put it on the screen, but the dude in the video was talking about me cherry picking. When all I did was show all of the mass shooters that happened in September, he said I was just picking out white people when that is exactly what black fatigue videos are. You just point out black crime. So I was doing the same thing, but for white people. So like I said, they hate when you get the same energy back. I'm on that type of timing. You know what I'm saying? Love MLK, but we on Malcolm X time, okay? That's me, sorry.
And of course he is a liberal.
I'm not a liberal. I would say I'm like left leaning with shit, but also I support the Second Amendment, right? All my brothers stay strapped. I mean, the Black Panther Party, they were leftist, so I'll just align with more of them, not a liberal.
Identity politics focus, doesn't care about unity or getting people together. He cares about black
unity.
Yes. We have to stop with this fake false unity thing. Yeah, everybody should be together, but bruh, if that's going to happen, white people got to be accountable. Let me bring up a hypocrisy right fast. White people, they love talking about ancient Greece, ancient Rome. They accomplished all these things, but when you go back just a few years ago to when, you know, slavery.
But the reality is the grand majority of people who identify as being white have no historical connection to these empires, to the Roman Empire, to the Greek Empire. Like the people that they fetishize and think, oh, these men and these women, they were so great and noble. Well, first and foremost, if you actually look into the culture of these empires, they were doing a lot of real fucked up, nasty pedophile shit. Which, I mean, when you take a look at who's running the government today in America, I guess not much has changed. But beyond that, these people don't have any real tie to it. You know what I'm saying? They think they can claim everything European or European adjacent just because they're white. No. If you're Irish, your people just go back to Ireland. And when you study the history of the Irish, it ain't got nothing to do with the Romans. You feel me? But okay.
Or even Jim Crow, all that type of stuff. They never want to take accountability for that. Oh, it wasn't us. It wasn't our people, but y'all want to take credit for Rome and Greece? Have the same energy. You know what I'm saying? They love screaming accountability, but America has never been accountable. We're on reparations. If you're going to be accountable and we can move past what happened, okay, help us out. Like Malcolm X said, you stab somebody in the back and you pull it out a few inches. That isn't, you know what I'm saying? That isn't helping. You have to sew up the wound. You have to repair the wound. And the step of us doing that is shit, reparations. If you feel like black people gonna blow that money, it is what it is. At least you can say you did it. Did y'all know that these motherfuckers paid slave owners? They gave the slave owners reparations, y'all. Because yeah, we sorry for making you give up black people their rights. We're gonna pay you, but you didn't. Hey, bruh. Hey, he don't want to get into it, dog. That's
of course
all he
not.
About. And he says, "Oh, I don't hate the white people," but literally everything he has to say about white people is negative. Every white person who says it's not bad to be white, he calls them racist. Just like the most infuriating person I've ever seen on the internet.
And that's what I want. That's my goal of this channel, to make y'all racist motherfuckers mad. Y'all think I give a fuck about y'all? No. You don't gotta watch my videos. Click off. That's my goal. Yo, go watch a Black Fatigue video. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's another thing. If you allow a YouTuber or any content creator, the fact that they make their content, if this is bothering you, if this is irritating you, you have a problem. Why are you watching them? Why do you keep going back and watching? You have a problem. This is a mental illness of some sort.
You don't gotta click on my videos.
Like the incarnation of what black stereotypes are like. Like, I'm the victim. We're the victim. We in the black community. We're the victim.
All I'm doing is calling out the wrongdoings. You know what's funny, y'all? When people like Nick Fuentes get online and say, oh, the white population is dying, or they're killing us, they're doing that. That isn't victim mentality. Right, but when we call up factual things that happen and actual injustices that are happening, I'm the victim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's
what?
how that go, though.
It's just like, I wish I could just like reach through the screen and just say, shut the fuck up. You're not cool. You're not an ambassador of the black community.
Bro, why he talking crazy though, y'all?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why is he talking crazy?
I don't know.
I'm gonna keep it respectful though. I'm gonna keep it respectful.
Nobody cares.
I don't know.
Shut your bitch ass up. Anyway.
Woo! Yes, sir. Okay.
He talking spicy.
Uh-huh.
Damn, little bro, I got you hurt like that. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. I'ma keep it P. I ain't gonna do too much.
Start going on a rant about why this guy is just like the epitome of pissing me off. Let's watch his.
I'm telling you, that was the goal of my channel. That was another goal of my channel, is to make a lot of racist folks mad. And I love it. I'm glad I'm doing it, y'all.
Is most racist video. I haven't seen it yet, so we're gonna be watching it together.
A hit dog is always going to holler. When I make these videos talking about, you know, racism in America or just racism in general, I get a lot of comments from other white people that be like, I understand where you coming from, bro. You know, I got family like this.
Big shout out to all the white folks that know the time that I'm on. I love everybody. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Just to even be called a black supremacist, like I said, it's a compliment, but also I don't think black people are superior. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody got this.
Here's the thing. We don't even got to say this. If you're a white person and you get offended by the kind of videos that Antonio makes or the kind of videos that I make because we don't fucking take 5 minutes and have to elaborate some kind of disclaimer every single time we criticize racism within the white community as to not hurt your feelings, I don't give a fuck, bro. Fuck off, man. Go find something else to watch. You fucking like retard. Point is, if it don't apply, let it fly. That shit is just universal. You got deeper issues if you take offense to just hearing that there are fucked up people in your community and hearing those people be criticized, or having the ability to discern that you're not the one being spoken about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just looking to get offended about some shit. And so that's why I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna waste no time explaining. And I don't mean all white people, you know, some of you white people. It's like, come on, man.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Type shit, yeah.
I got coworkers like this. And I feel like, bro, in a general sense, whenever I bring up that, you know, I'm pro-black, a lot of white folks automatically think I'm anti-white or some shit. No, I think a lot of them feel this way because, you know, back in the day when people used to mention that they were pro-white, it always meant some KKK, killing, lynching type shit. But contrary to belief, man, pro-black is pro-everybody else, man. Like I said, with the whole DEI thing, man, it benefited white women the most. Anything that is pro-black is going to benefit everyone. Anyways, y'all, man, 2025 just keeps getting crazier and crazier. Recently, there was a Turning Point USA event. If you do not know what Turning Point is, it was the foundation that Charlie Kirk founded, I believe. Erica Kirk was there, a whole bunch of celebrities, and even the vice president spoke, and he had this to say.
In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
Now look at this fucking non-white raccoon. You know what I'm saying? Adolescent raccoon. He's not an adult raccoon yet. He's still growing into his full raccoon fur or whatever the fuck, the full raccoon adult skin. And he's like, yeah, whites, y'all don't need to apologize for being white anymore. It's like, you're not white. What the fuck are you doing? Why does that make you like, yeah, huh?
Let's see what he got to say.
Maybe he thinks he's white because he's mixed. That's not how that works. If you understand the history of race, you don't get to be white if you're mixed. That's not a thing.
If you're an Asian, you don't have to talk around your skin color when you're applying for college because we judge people based on who they are, not on ethnicity and things they can't control.
I just want to say,
like the socioeconomic class that you're born into. Right.
Right here, there's nothing wrong with what JD Vance just said, so I don't know how this racist-ass piece of shit is going to try and do that. I personally am not a fan of Trump's administration right now.
Oh,
so
right.
I don't know what racist stuff.
Because he's a groiper. He's just going, whatever little Nick Fuentes tells him to believe, that's what he's going to believe, right? So he was a fan of Trump, and then because guys like Nick Fuentes and those guys are like, oh, we're not fucking with Trump right now. He's like, I'm not a fan of Trump right now, but possibly he can win me back over, I guess, if Nick says that's what we're doing now.
Dude is gonna say, clearly he hates that. I mean, he's just saying that he's pro everybody, but this dude, JD Vance, who I am not personally a big fan of, I am not a big fan of the Trump administration. There's a couple things I like very few things that I like, but ultimately I don't like Trump as a president, and JD Vance is a little better. He's good for a Republican, but...
We're gonna talk about JD Vance in this video, but JD Vance he's probably worse. He condemned.
I pray that Donald Trump does not die. before his presidential term is over, because I do not want JD Vance to be president, bro.
It was racism, and I'm going to show you an example later, but yeah.
But not my favorite. But even I could point out what he just said. There was nothing wrong with what he just said. And for the most part, their administration is not racist. As much as negative things I could say about it, everything that...
Let's bring up some receipts. Do y'all remember the Young Republican Party?
Right.
Let's watch.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this is truly disturbing, although I can't say I'm surprised. Thousands of private messages reveal the true feelings of young Republicans in group chats, talking about how they love Hitler, talking about sending people to the gas chamber. Are you going to do whatever it takes? I'm ready to watch people burn now. They are looking for blood.
So this happened, right? And the group chat was full of like 30, 40-year-olds, late 20s. And this is what JD Vance had to say about this whole situation.
I'm sorry, focus on the real issues. Don't focus on what kids say in group chat. The reality is that kids do stupid things.
Again, these are people in like their 30s and 40s he's calling kids. These are people who he was in the same like fucking graduating class of in high school he's calling kids. A lot of them.
Especially young boys. They tell edgy, offensive jokes.
Young
like
boys.
That's what kids do. And I really don't want us to
I don't think any of them were minors, by the way. Right? Like, I don't think there was a single person who was a minor in that group chat. But there were people in their 30s and 40s. And so why is he calling them boys?
Up in a country where a kid telling a stupid joke, telling a very offensive stupid joke, is cause to ruin their lives.
Now, y'all, the kids that you're talking about are these guys right here. And the youngest was 24, the same age as me. Grown men. We're grown. The oldest is probably 40. So, yeah.
We are literally regressing as a society. And for one, bro, I have never in my life heard a white person say that they feel bad or sorry for being white. In fact, dog, a lot of them can't even admit the bare minimum that slavery was bad. Have y'all heard any of these?
Do you know why? Okay, look, this is his problem, is because he's one of those people that thinks white people are just all oppressors and that black people are victims.
Don't think that.
And they're mistreated and blah, 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 blah. White people are scared of being white nowadays because the pendulum has swung back. There is absolutely nothing that, like, you could be proud of being Hispanic. You could be proud of being black. You could be proud of literally being anything dark. But if you are proud of being white or being an American or being a male, you are a racist, bigot, homophobic.
And why is that the case?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why is that? Let's go back in history. Anytime we heard someone say, I'm proud to be white, what was it tied to? Racism, the KKK, white power, Nazis. What was that tied to, my boy? Racism. So y'all claim to be so smart but can't see the correlation to things. You can be proud to be white, but at one point in time when you were proud to be white, it was negative everything else. So that's why people look at it that way. Is it so hard to understand that?
It's because the concept of whiteness was invented for the sake of being racist. That's why you can't be proud to be white. Now, you can be appreciative of your cultural heritage, and so if you are a white person but you have German heritage, you have Irish heritage, you have Scottish, British, whatever the fuck, and that's some shit that you take pride in, but the reality is the grand majority of white Americans are completely disconnected from whatever their cultural heritage is. Like if they have, you know, they're Italian, I can say the Italians. Italian Americans are still pretty fucking Italian. You know what I'm saying? And maybe even the Irish to a degree. But most white people, they are completely disconnected from their European roots, let's say. Nobody has a problem with you being a German and loving German culture, except the Holocaust part. If that's the part you like, then you got a problem. But to be proud of being white is to say, I am proud to be the descendants of oppressors and colonizers and enslavers and rapists and just evil, right? Because that is what whiteness is all about. It's all about justifying why you were entitled to rights and you could own other people as property. This is what the concept of whiteness was invented for. The reason why it is okay to be proud to be black, however, even though blackness also has, as a concept in regards to race, also has its genesis in the same white supremacist system, is because as a black person, historically, you have been told, our people have been told that we are inferior, that we are unworthy, that we are undeserving of equality. And so when a black person says they are proud of their blackness, they're saying despite what the white supremacist power structure tries to tell us about ourselves, despite the fact that they try to oppress us and devalue us and degrade us, still we look in the mirror and we love ourselves and are proud of the things that we have been able to accomplish despite being oppressed by white people and white supremacy. That's why it's okay to be proud of your blackness or have black pride or whatever. And it's racist to be proud of your whiteness. For instance, you ever heard the term short king? Notice how you don't have the term tall king, right? Different. It's not as extreme as the whole white black thing, but helping you to understand. In the world that we live in, when you are tall by default, you are viewed as superior, right? In the dating market, whether, you know, when it comes to being elected for leadership roles, when it comes to just in general, y'all know how tall men are viewed as opposed to short men. Tall men don't need a pat on the back for being happy about being tall or proud about their tallness. Tall men are not under attack for being tall. Tall men are not disadvantaged by their tallness. Short men, however, often are. And so when a short man says, you know, despite the fact that I'm short, I still look in the mirror and I feel good about myself and I feel confident. It's the same concept.
That's the world we live in right now, and he refuses to see it because he wants to live in his little victim world. Because black people always...
It's so crazy how they all have the same talking points. I'm a victim. We're victims. No, we're just calling shit out.
...to be at the bottom of the food chain, even though most...
I mean, we are victims, though. We're victims of racism and white supremacy. If you want black people to stop vocalizing all the ways in which we are being oppressed and victimized by white people and white supremacy, then stop victimizing black people. It's that simple. It's like the person who is being bullied. It's like, can you stop complaining about being bullied? It's like, stop bullying the nigga, and then you probably would stop talking about this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple.
Realistic situations that I've been, that I see discrimination, is black against white, not the other way around.
Yeah, buddy, okay.
So...
Yeah, buddy. Show me it. Yeah, buddy. Okay. I would love to see a white person go to the bank and try to get a loan and they're denied because they're white. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see that. I would love to see a white person go to the hospital and are falsely diagnosed or operated in the wrong way because they're white. I would love to see that. You know what I'm saying? But...
White nationalists, Christians speak. I just don't understand this victim mentality, bro. As a white man...
Hypocrite. Oh my God. You are a hypocrite. How are they victims?
Because they're bringing up the problems. But when we bring up the problems, we're victims. Now that they're bringing up the problems, they're not victims. He's telling white people to be a victim. You don't have to feel so...
How are they have the victim mentality when they are the actual victims now?
How are they victims? Who is victimizing them? What are they being robbed of? What right are they being robbed of? What opportunities are they being... Just take a look at all the stats. That's what tells the story. Who has all the wealth? Who has all the positions of power? Who's in power in politics? Who are the CEOs? Who are the decision makers? Who has all the fucking real estate? How are they victims? If they're victims, I want to be a victim then. If I want to be that kind of a victim, the kind of victim where I get to be rich and make all the decisions and own all the fucking land. Sign me up. But guess what? I promise I won't complain about it though. No. I'll be very happy.
This is the
Bro, white
perfect
people are not
example of
victims,
the
bro.
woke
I don't know
left.
what the fuck
This
he's
is what
talking
I'm talking about. The hypocrite, the gaslighting. He literally, in every single video, is talking about how black people are always getting oppressed and how they're always the victims in every single situation.
I never
and
say
every
that.
time a black person, something bad happens to a black person, it's always got to be about race. It's always because they're black. Nothing clearly because they
Clearly he
didn't
doesn't watch
commit a
my
crime,
videos.
or maybe because they didn't sell drugs, or didn't shoot somebody, or didn't
Look
threaten.
at the way he's talking, bro. You can tell he
Selling drugs. Yeah, that's every black person that's ever had anything bad happen to them. It's because they were selling drugs, apparently.
watches Nick Fuentes every night.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, y'all gotta watch what your kids watching, man.
Somebody. No, it's
I mean, but he's raised by raccoons, no doubt about it. Probably white mom, black dad, you know what I'm saying? Not even in the picture. That's probably what's going on right here. You know what I'm saying? He's struggling with his identity. And he wants to try and fit in with the white people. But you never will, man. You never will. It's sad.
never the black person's fault. So now you're being a hypocrite by pointing out, saying he's got a victim mentality when they are the actual victims now. 100 years ago, when black people were mistreated,
100
and
years
they
ago.
pointed out that they're being discriminated against, that's not a victim mentality. They are actual victims. Now we have white people actually being victims, and racists like this guy want to call it the...
How? Where is the stats? Where's the information? Where is it? How?
victim mentality. Absolute dog shit piece of human. This is usually when I have political arguments with people, I don't like to point out their personal value or morality, but I just cannot
You see how I'm sitting here, comment collector, yo.
You can't talk. Yeah, you can't talk.
He trying to attack my personality. I wish no harm against this young man. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. I wouldn't take him serious in real life. I wouldn't.
And living in America, you have the most upside ever. The system is literally built around you, but yet you still complain about being the victim every single day.
Literally.
White men are 98% of presidents,
Let's see what he got to say about this.
98% of senators, 94% of the Supreme Court, 90% of
shaking
the
his
House
head,
of
nigga, it's right.
Representatives, 90% of CEOs, while making up only 30% of the population. You're oppressed.
That's because the white men are the ones that are taking the initiative, and they're the ones that are banking off of capitalism because they understand the system.
So y'all, yeah, so you see that he said because they understand the system.
Right.
Who set up the system? You're
Yeah.
proving my point.
But even if he wants to go with that, right? Black people are lazy, we don't take initiative, and we're stupid, right? And white men, they're geniuses and hardworking and all of that. Okay, still, there is no oppression though. Where is the oppression? That's the point. Where's the oppression? They're clearly winning. So how are they being oppressed? Tell me that. Exactly.
You're proving my point, bud. Man, y'all not so bright.
The reason why younger white people today are racist is not because of
This
the
shit
way
gonna make
black
them mad,
people
yeah.
act.
Never was.
They are racist more so nowadays is because they are the first group of white people in probably history to grow up with certain groups of black people being 100% under the law equal to them.
Bro, you ain't
That's
even
a
gotta go
fact.
this deep. It's literally, especially with them young white boys, they're the first generation of white boys in this country that actually have to go out there and compete.
100.
Basically, now what they're saying is that white people are racist because black people are too amazing or whatever. Just more black supremacy stuff.
Oh,
anyway, the point is of this.
But then again, he's not being a white supremacist when he says the reason why white men who make up 30% of the population control all of those levers of power that Antonio brought up is because they're just so amazing, right? That doesn't make him a white supremacist. He's like, no, they really are amazing. They take the initiative and all. Right, yeah.
video is not just to flame this guy and give him clout, because that's pretty much what I did. I just want to get at...
Thank you for the clout, bro. People would have not found out about me if it wasn't for you. I appreciate it, bro. I really do. That's it for this video, though, man. I hope y'all enjoyed. This was fun, and I like getting under racist people's skin. I really do.
Yeah, man, you know, and for us, what to take away from this video is just make sure you you teach your kids properly, man. Especially if you're in a mixed relationship, you're in a relationship with a non-black person. Please, you gotta sit them down and teach them properly. They're not gonna learn it in American school. You gotta teach them black history, teach them good politics, right? Because otherwise, it's very likely they gonna go to school and then they become a raccoon. It's very possible. Okay, it's in fact, it's probably more likely than not that they'll turn out to be a raccoon, unless you take the initiative and fill their minds with the truth early on. That's really the big takeaway. We don't worry about things. We don't worry about the opinions of people. This shit doesn't matter, right? In the grand scheme of things, what matters is, you control what you can control. You can't control little twerps on the internet just spouting their bullshit, and you can't control the fact that there are people who are even dumber than him that will think that he's cooking and want to follow him. And you know what I'm saying? Probably not now, but give him a few years for him to really learn his conservative talking points and become a little more articulate. He could probably build a little following. So, but anyway, that's the video, man. Y'all let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching. And until next time, peace out.